Hi, and welcome to Tubular TV. I'm Katie, and this week we're going to go over the GOP debates. So the debates took place in the Reagan Library, and Reagan got a lot of attention and praise tonight from the Republicans. He seems to be what they all want to strive for, optimistic sort of president, a go-getter, somebody who really unites the country in a way. And Reagan gets a lot of kudos as a president. He has one of the highest approval ratings of all presidents. He's usually up there. He's credited with ending the Cold War. So why not want to be like Reagan? I can't blame them. So good job for playing that up, guys. But don't forget that there were two Bushes and a Clinton in between, and you can't just depend on something that happened 20 years ago. Like, his problems then contributed to the problems we have now in terms of history. We still have Iran to deal with. We still have Iraq to deal with. We still have same people, different places to deal with. So maybe, what do you really say when you invoke Reagan? That you want to be like him in a similar situation? I'm not sure. I would have picked somebody else. I would have picked somebody like, Gandhi or something. I don't know. Actually, none of them could be Gandhi. No, not really. Okay. Yeah, how about that, Taft? Yeah, no, I wasn't terribly impressed with the whole debate. I thought the question that they got from the guy in Walnut Creek, which is just down the block from us, was really stupid and pointless, and I don't know why they bothered asking it. I mean, what do you dislike about America? You're asking that of Republican candidates that want to be president. Nobody's going to say anything bad about America. Or if they do, they're not going to say they dislike America because of it. The other stupid questions asked were, what would you do if Bill Clinton was back in the White House? That was dumb. Don't ask that. I mean, honestly, if I was Bill Clinton and I ended up back in the White House, I'd be having a ball. I wouldn't give a crap what Hillary was doing. I would just go on my merry way and be a great first husband. I would have fun. I would redecorate the whole place. It would look fabulous with Bill Clinton's sense of taste. But I certainly wouldn't. What? You're going to hold it against a woman that her husband used to be president? That doesn't make any sense at all. None whatsoever. It was a dumb question to ask. Of course they were going to say they hated the idea. None of them like Bill. They're going to say how much they dislike him. It's a stupid, obvious question to ask. Pointless questions. I would have liked to see more discussion about, the abortion debate. Oh, that was the other one that really pissed me off, was what would happen to America if Roe versus Wade was repealed? And they all said that'd be a fantastic day, and I thought that was the most ridiculous thing I'd ever heard. Of course it wouldn't be a fantastic day. And then one guy brings up, there's been 40 million killed since, because of this law. And I thought this is a little silly and mean. Abortion is not an easy decision for anybody to make, and to make light of it like that and guilt people that are already dealing with that guilt for the rest of their lives is really insensitive. How about you start thinking about your own guilt for, sending however many troops overseas to go fight in a foreign war in Iraq? How about you talk about the tragedy it is that people cannot get proper health care? How about you talk about the way we abuse illegal immigrants? We hold hostage against them the fact that they are illegal, threaten them with throwing them back across the border to keep them in line, so that we can have cheap labor, so we can buy cheap apples every week. I mean, how about we talk about those things? Another thing that bothered me about the debates was they said Clinton would, she would appoint activist judges that would legislate from the bench. And that's a bad thing, apparently. I would disagree with that. I would say some of the best social movements in this country have been because of activist judges. The civil rights laws would not have been passed had it not been for activist judges. Without activist judges, we don't have things like desegregation. We don't have things like suddenly we have separate, fountains still in the South. We don't have these, without these judges that sit there and actually think about things and go, you know what, that's right. That's constitutionally unfair. We should change that. Without that sort of, person in there, nothing changes. And obviously that's the conservative perspective. They just want to keep things the same and keep things normal, which is why they're so optimistic. Everything is great about America and there's nothing you ever want to change about it. And how about this? How about when the judges had actually decided to go along with what the law said and they decided to pull Terry Schiavo's feeding tube, which did come up. And that is what the courts declared. They said it was okay to take her feeding tube out. What about the legislative branch then trying to overturn that? The judge is supposed to have the final say. The Congress had no place or power to legislate that Terry Schiavo's feeding tube should remain in her. Now, I'm not saying that the court had a better decision, like they made the right decision. I'm not saying it was right or wrong to pull her feeding tube. I'm just saying the Congress had no place to try and overturn a decision made by courts. That was something for the courts to do. That was something that had to be left at a state level. The nation had no business getting in that. And really, that got way out of hand, and it should have been resolved within the family, I thought. I would say of the candidates of the debate, probably Mitt Romney and John McCain came off the best in the debate. I think they were poised, even though they made some fumbles every now and then, like John McCain saying he'd follow Osama bin Laden to the gates of hell. I was like, doesn't that mean you like him? I mean, that's usually what people say when they like him. I'm so dedicated to them, I would follow him to the gates of hell. I don't think he really meant that way. I hope he didn't mean it that way. I think Mitt Romney came off as very poised, but I'm a little concerned about his conservative issues. Obviously, I'm not going to vote for any of these guys, so I might not even vote for the Democrats. I might just go Green Party. We'll see. One quick question. How did Duncan Hunter get elected in San Diego, California? I just got to wonder. I mean, like, wow. Like half the population of San Diego was not voting in that election. Ooh, dear. I don't know. I can't think of any funny way of ending this. So maybe we should just end it. Okay, cut. Go Warriors!